That's why I was like breathing kind of funny. I come to find out it was actually the sarcoidosis. I haven't had problems with that monster in 30, maybe 30 plus years. I used to hurt all the time. My whole body used to hurt to tell me that I had fibromyalgia. I'm in a good place now. I'm healthier than I've ever been. Honey, let me tell you something. My name is Victory.
Greetings, fellow survivors, thrivers, and healers. I am Neffera Ba Aanaqtat, founder of Thrivers Inspire Healing. And today we have a special guest. Her name is Neffera Ba Aanaqtat Rayaytat. And she is here to talk about her own personal journey, overcoming so many obstacles in her health journey. And I am so glad and thankful that she is here to share her journey with us today. So please welcome her. And Neffera Ba Aanaqtat Rayaytat. So please introduce us to your journey that you have gone through. We're looking at the sarcoidosis, right? The fibromyalgia and the surgeons. Hope I'm saying it correctly. So please do. How you found out you had these diagnoses, and we'll go from there.
Okay, well, thank you first of all for having me. It's a blessing to be a blessing. And let me say this. Many years ago, if memory serves me correctly, I think it was like maybe 2003, I was trying to get a job at the hospital. So I had to get a chest x-ray. And the reason why I had to get a chest x-ray is because when I was in high school, when you test positive for the tuberculosis thing, they tell you can't have tests like that anymore. You gotta get a chest x-ray. So let me make sure I set the record straight. I didn't have tuberculosis.
Okay.
Anyway, so I had this chest x-ray. I'm sitting at home, I open the mail, and I get this letter telling me that they found something on my lungs. So, I start freaking out, of course. And so I go to the doctor, and they tell me they found something, I think he said nodules or granules or something on my lungs. And they wanted to do a biopsy. And so they could take a piece off of my lungs and see if it was cancer. So I allowed them to set it up, but I never went. So when I went back to the doctor, he said to me, "Why didn't you go, get your labs and everything done?" And so I said, well, I need to pray about that. During that time, I was in the church very heavy. I wasn't a minister yet. I was a deaconess because I wore many hats during that time. So,
okay.
Really, really, what you call them, like rah, 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 Jesus is the one type of person. But so they found out. I told them that I didn't feel comfortable with them cutting me because I had went on a fast. And I went to a church function where the chief overseer laid hands on me, and I claimed the healing. Okay. Now I realize where I am now, I realize that it wasn't the chief overseer laying of hands that healed me. It was myself.
Oh, okay.
So the doctors like to say that I'm in remission with doses, but I said I am healed because I haven't had problems with that monster in 30, maybe 30 plus years.
Oh, wow. 30 years.
Right.
It's a long time.
So the doctor said to me, Dr. Roof, he said, why don't you just let us take a piece off your lung? And I said, no, we're not doing that. I said, because my God told me not to let you cut me. Because I felt in my spirit, if once they start cutting then it was going to really be a problem. You know,
Mm.
once they start cutting on stuff, and you know, they love to cut and stuff.
Yeah.
So I said, if you want to do something, I'll do the inhalers. He gave me inhalers, which I never, hardly ever used. So I've been healed from sarcoidosis because I claim to heal.
So you're the only symptom you had was you didn't have any symptoms. It was just the test.
It was a routine. Well, let me say this. I was experiencing some symptoms, but I wasn't really paying attention because I was gaining weight.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 198 pounds, you know, and I knew I was overweight, and you know that's why I was like breathing kind of funny. I said,
Right.
okay, mom's just getting fat. That's all. But come to find out, it was actually the sarcoidosis that was giving me breath because my lungs was affected, and I had scarred tissue on my lungs. But I'm very grateful for that X-ray because I probably would have never found out till later on, till I have gotten really bad. And during that time, there was another girl that had sarcoidosis, and she let them cut her neck to get a piece of a sample. She went down. She got sick. She started looking bad. I mean, she just wasn't the same anymore. So that's how the sarcoidosis came about as far as the healing concern. I just trusted and believed that, and not back then I was believing, but now I know. I just claimed the healing, and but I will say this: sarcoidosis is not a joke. I know a lot of people that have transitioned because of it. People close to me, I see people suffer with it. So I'm very blessed and fortunate. I'm very blessed and fortunate. But so we're going to take sarcoidosis and bury that. No, we don't do bury nothing. I already set sarcoidosis on fire. Okay, it's gone. It's been cremated. Okay, gone with the wind. So then, so for many years, even when I got diagnosed with sarcoidosis, I used to hurt all the time. My whole body used to hurt, but mostly in my groin area, like down in my groin area and my hip. I used to hurt so bad, and I didn't understand why. So I'm back and forth to the doctor. Back in, you know the routine, back and forth to the doctor.
Yes.
Tell them, asking them, why do I hurt like this? Like it's to my bone. And so it kept me, it was a muscular thing. All for 5, 6, 7, 8 years plus maybe. I was given ibuprofen. What happened was in 2016, I just took sick. My body just shut down. It just down where I couldn't even walk. So my mother had to take me to the emergency room, and of course they admitted me. I stayed in the hospital 3 days. They ran blood work and all that to tell me that I had fibromyalgia. And I'm thinking to myself, all this time, you just found out that this is why I've been hurting like this. Long story short, they sent me to a rheumatologist, and she just actually confirmed what the emergency room doctors told me there. They also told me to get with the program, that this is what it is. I was going to hurt like this for the rest of my life. No need to cry about it. That's what the doctor told me.
Oh, wow.
Downstairs. It was like very rude. He was very rude to me. And I'm looking at this man, I'm saying, so I'm going to hurt like this for the rest of my life? Got to be kidding me. I had the sleepless leg syndrome where I laid in the bed and could not move my legs.
Oh, wow.
The pain was, I want to say I would prefer childbirth, labor pains.
Seriously?
Yeah, I would rather go.
Oh, wow.
That process, and we both know how that feels. Or heard about how it feels, however it is, but
I heard, yeah.
It hurt so bad, and I was alone at home, and I was afraid. But then on top of that, they told me I had the Sjogren syndrome that was secondary to the fibromyalgia. Now this is a little monster too. So I don't claim 3 autoimmune diseases. I only just kind of like claim the 2 that I really deal with a lot. The sarcoidosis is not a problem anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I am disabled now because of these 3 autoimmune diseases.
Mm-hmm.
I can't sit long periods. I can't stand long periods. I can't lay down in the bed long periods. I toss and turn. I can't sleep in one spot, because I hurt.
Yeah.
But now that I have meds,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like new money. But I give myself credit as well because I had to have the mind to want to do better so I can assist in my healing. So my healing comes from obedience, discipline, getting off that meat.
Okay.
Eat healthier now. I eat plant-based foods for the most part. I just
Okay.
months ago, not a few weeks ago, maybe, yeah, I was still kind of on the salmon.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like I just had to have some kind of meat in my life.
Right, right.
But I started thinking about it, how better I was feeling without the meat in my body versus the meat in my body.
Mm.
That helped me too. But one thing about healing with illnesses, of course, you must eat right.
Yes.
But in healing, it's a whole lot more than just eating right. It's also how you are as a person, how you live
Mm-hmm.
as a person, and how you are on the inside as a person. Because if you're walking around burdened down with negativity, things like malice, things like envy, things like jealousy, things like backbiting, things like slander and lies, just things like that, just always constantly on a negative vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you do, you're not going to heal. You're
Right.
not going to heal.
Yeah. Healing is definitely, at least at the minimum, twofold. Like you said, the physical aspect, eating right. That's one of the things.
All of it goes together.
And
Because
oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like, at least at the minimum, twofold. So you have that part, and then you got the other part where you say the mental, emotional aspect, staying away from the drama and stuff. And yeah, that right.
my struggle, but can you imagine in a lot of pain and then losing your job, getting fired because you got sick,
Yeah, that's so not fair.
in South Carolina, it's called an at-will state. They can fire you for any reason they want to. They may cover it up and say it's for this, but it's really for that. You know what I'm saying? But I lost my job, and during that time, my mother had just got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. So I was sick.
Oh, wow.
I had a job. My mother was diagnosed. My father was dying as well. A lot of other people in my family were dying. My sister, my nephew. It was a crazy time for me.
Wow.
My body didn't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up getting because of fibromyalgia. Now that's a monster. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Fibromyalgia, under that umbrella, what came with that? I developed insomnia, depression. And when I say depression, I do mean depression. Anxiety. I had no appetite. I used to weigh 187 pounds. I came down from 187 to 130 pounds. I was in a 7'8". I was so small.
Oh, wow.
Because I was messed up. My body was out of whack. And it was really a rough time. And trying to understand fibromyalgia and not understanding why I have it. And nobody can tell me where it comes from, but I just don't understand why am I hurting like this, Just constantly hurting all day, every day, from head to toe. Can you imagine living like that? But
A
look at
lot of people go through it.
I said,
And
now, ta-da.
and so you're not feeling the pain like that, like you used to?
No. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't feel stiff a little every now and then, but hey, that's nothing compared to what I used to feel. Now I get up and go, I have me a little part-time job where I do health work and I help people, and I get a chance to share and just love up on people and take care of them and tell my story, give them, let them know, oh, honey, let me tell you something. My name is Victory. And so is your name is Victory too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't let nothing get you down, not even an illness. The doctor told me I was a diabetic. Oh, you're a diabetic. I looked the doctor in her face and I said, I'm not receiving that. And she looked at me and said like I was crazy. She said, well, what do you mean? I said, what do you mean? I don't have to receive that. I hear what you're saying, but there's no law that says I have to receive it. If I had received that, I would probably be on insulin today.
Oh, so you're not taking any insulin?
No, I don't think I was diagnosed with hypertension. I don't take that. I was diagnosed with a heart problem many years ago. I had mitral valve prolapse. That kept me.
Now, what is that? Just to clarify.
Mitral valve prolapse is that mitral valve in your heart. It doesn't open and flap properly, and when the blood can't get through it, it clamps down and you get chest pains as if you're having a real heart attack.
Oh wow, okay.
I suffered with that for many years, and it was horrendous. I had a heart cath just to find out that's what it was. I stopped taking the medication for that too because I decided, I just wasn't going to take the medicine no more. I'm healed, and that's just what it is.
So after you stopped taking the medicine, did you make any certain changes in your life at that time, or?
At that time, I was still partying hard, drinking my beer, alcohol, smoking my weed. I sure was.
Oh, wow.
At that time, it was my will, it was my will, and I'm so proud that I'm off of that medicine too. But I will say this: you have to know thyself. Yeah, fibromyalgia attacked my body. Yeah, yes, it did. I'm gonna admit that. But I'm not claiming that mess. I talk about it on the book because that's what to say I have. You know what I'm saying? I'm disabled. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm disabled. I have fibromyalgia, and that hurts awfully bad. But on the flip side, I can still say I'm healed if I want to. That's my prerogative. But a lot of people, they can be healed faster if they just learn how to forgive.
Oh, so do you want to talk a little bit about that? The forgiveness, how that
was when I was sick and I was going through so much with my father transitioning, and with that situation being mistreated and not treated fairly, being the firstborn from the first marriage, and I won't get into all that, but a lot of stress. And see, stress, I'm an advocate about stress. I know what stress can do for you. That's why I'm at a point in my life where I don't let nothing, and when I say nothing, I mean nothing or no one, stress me out. I don't care if Jesus Christ of Nazareth came down. We're not going to go there, but I wouldn't care if it was him. Not going to stress me out because I love myself and I don't want to go out like that. And that's where a lot of my sickness came in, unforgiveness. I was holding on to so many things, and that's why I couldn't get the total package of the healing.
Yeah.
I didn't hate anybody, but I was angry and I was bitter. You can be bitter and still love someone, It's because bitter with someone doesn't make mean that you hate them, but I was holding on to things, and there were things I wanted to get off my chest, and I was very bitter, and I was very angry, and I was not a nice person inside. And
Oh,
it
okay.
was making me sick. And I realized, okay, you're going to have to do something different because what you're doing is not working. So I had to think hard and look deep inside of myself and just keep it 100 with myself like I always do. And the fact, you got a problem. What's your problem? You can't forgive. That's why you're still stuck on stupid, because you can't forgive. So I decided to forgive everyone that done me wrong. Every
So
last.
did you do it in person with them, or did you forgive them like in a personal way to yourself?
Well, unfortunately, sometimes you can't tell a person face to face because the person is too egotistical and proud to receive it. Because mind you now, I'm not the one with the problem. I'm not the one with the problem. You're the one with the problem. And because of all the nonsense, I'm angry and bitter now. But I'm really not the one with the problem. But you got me to this point. So now I'm just like you. Okay, now I look just like you, act like you, feel like you. So that means that you won and you have power over me. I've lost my power, and homie, don't play that. I can't lose power.
Yeah.
So I snatched my power back by forgiving. And because I couldn't do it face to face because of the cowardice characters of some people, I put it on Facebook.
Oh,
I
okay.
had to release and free myself. Okay. So it had nothing to do with them. This is something, if you don't want to talk to me face to face or text or call me or video chat me, I get it, I understand. But I got to still free myself. So I apologize so the world can see it.
Yeah.
That I didn't go into detail about this, that, and the other, but they know who I was talking about. I apologize, and I forgive you, and I also apologize for the things that I said. And see, and that's when I tapped into my healing. For real,
Yeah.
I felt like I felt like a brand new person. I could just feel like layers of nonsense and just layers of disgusting stuff just shed.
Just all off.
And the little tingle of energy, that goes up my spine whenever certain things are happening in my life, and I know they're good things.
Yes.
But my heart goes out to anybody that's suffering with fibromyalgia, lupus. I just knew I had lupus. My joints sometimes, now I'm gonna be honest about it, sometimes my joints hurt me so bad, and they're my fingers.
Yeah.
It hurt me so bad, so I told the doctor, I said, "It's true I don't have lupus, because my first cousins, they got lupus. So no, I would not be surprised. Not that I'm trying to receive it, but I would if there was a fourth autoimmune disease, But they said the blood work came back, and I was told I did not have lupus.
Oh, wow.
But I'm happy to hear that too. But like you said, those rashes right there, that's what made me think that I even had it to start with, because of those rashes. But I got off that, I gotta say it though. Since I got off that meat and stopped eating all kind of stuff, that's why my body feels so different. I know it is, because when I was eating meat and just, meat is like, it just makes you bloated up. I'm in like a size 8, 10 now, and I feel absolutely wonderful.
That's great. That is so great.
I'm in a good place now. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I really am. And it's because I decided to really not just act like I love myself, but just show it,
But truly show it. Yes. So I do have a question about like the type of food you eat. Do you like make certain meals that's like, you could say, oh, this is anti-inflammatory, this is anti-inflammatory. So do you put those together, or do you just kind of go with the flow of every day?
Now this is where you put me on blast. I never really been much of a cook.
That's okay. Not everybody wants to cook.
When I go shopping, I just hit plant-based area.
Okay.
Basically, that's what I do, and I just try to eat those type of foods since I don't like to cook like that. And if I'm going to eat rice, I try to eat brown rice, and I'll eat beans, black beans.
Okay.
I love pinto beans. I like smoothies. I like fruit. I love salad. But you know, and I eat veggie pizzas. But to be honest with you, my appetite is so strange and weird. I think it's because of the doctor says the fibromyalgia.
Oh, okay. So it's like sometimes you feel like you want to eat, and other times you're like, I don't really feel like eating too much today. I'll have like one meal or something.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I found out, you know, that you're supposed to eat when you're hungry, you know, not because somebody said you got to eat 3 times a day. You feel me? So
yeah, some people do go by that.
Yeah, I'm paying more attention to my body and what it's telling me. Instead of saying, girl, you ain't ate nothing since yesterday. Something must be wrong with you. No, I'm just not hungry. But I know I'm going to get hungry eventually because you got to eat to live.
Yes.
But I'm at a place where I'm really embracing myself, and healing from not only illnesses but bad relationships. And all that stuff. I had a lot going on at one time. So I am definitely a survivor, and nobody can tell me that I'm not. I know I'm built for this. I tell anybody, if you lose 2 parents, not even a month apart, not even 2 months apart, and you're running back and forth up there because they're saying daddy's waiting on you because he's trying to leave, but he's not going to come until you leave, until you come. And my mom looking at me, I'm looking at her like, if I leave your side and I go to be with him and you leave when I'm up there, I'm going to be feeling guilty about what you said. Go ahead. I'm going to be here when you get back. I said, but how do you know? She said, go see about your father. So I was back and forth doing that, watching both of them transition at the same time. And then, you know, then my nephew, I lost him, my sister, my cousin, my aunt, my best friend. There was just so much going on in 2018. I said, when will it stop?
Yeah.
So I never really got a chance to grieve because there was so much going on. I'm like, well, how do you grieve? And where do you begin? But I'm still here. I'm still standing. I got severely depressed one time. Where I just cried a lot. Not to the point where I wanted to just commit suicide. I just did a whole lot of crying.
Yeah.
And it's not healthy. Just a whole lot of crying. You know, like something was mental, and that is mental.
Yeah, but some people say it's a form of release, you know, releasing of all the emotions.
And I can relate to that, and I can truly understand that what you're saying. But it's just like too much of anything is not good.
Yeah, I know.
You can do something so much till it becomes unhealthy. Just like grieving, people can grieve. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to grieve. Just don't pick up that grieving spirit where you just can't shake that thing off. Because we all, let's be reasonable here, we all gonna do a little bit of grieving. We realize that death is not the end for us, but we're still gonna grieve because that's the human side of us, you know? Yes, I'm strong. I'm pretty strong. And to fight all these little whatever diseases, I don't know what they are. They don't even know. And for the doctor to tell you, well, we don't know what it comes from, but you got to know for it, though, of course. And I'm losing my job. I lost my home. I lost my car. I lost everything. And South Carolina would not give me nothing. I tried to get some help. They wouldn't give me Medicaid. They wouldn't give me no money. I said, well, I'm sitting here taking care of my mother who's terminally ill. Is there a program or anything that you can help me? Because I have no income. And I'm ill and I need insurance to go to a doctor.
Right.
For months, I had nothing. But when my mother transitioned, I told her I was going, before she transitioned, I said, I'm going to go up north to Maryland. I need to go where I can get some help. And you know, the ancestor, the universe, me speaking it all into existence. When I got up there, everything was in line for me. My
Oh,
lawyer,
wow.
case, my doctors, and 3 African American doctors. They
Oh,
were good.
wow.
I got Medicaid, and they gave me money every month until my disability came through. You see?
Wow.
But see, when you forgive, you open up a door for a whole lot of blessings.
Yes.
And when you love and you talk about love boldly, even when people get sick of hearing it, every time I turn around, love, love, love. Oh, yes, baby. That's what I do. I uplift, I love in human form. That's me. That's why I'm healing. I'm
Ready.
still love heals.
Yes. So,
Sometimes
you know, sharing your story, I can see that, you know, first with the forgiveness to clear out the negative energy, and then to move forward to replace it, fill the cup with love. And look at you, you're doing so well, you feel good.
For my age, I feel so good. I'm 59 years old.
Oh,
I really do. I feel
yes.
full and satisfied and celibate.
Okay.
I'm healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Mm.
And I'm prosperous.
Yes.
Yes, I said it and meant it. If you got to speak these things, I don't say things just to be saying them. And I'm going to tell you something else. When you forgive, you will find when you put out love and forgiveness, you will be amazed at the people that you draw to you. When you put good out, good comes back to you. And that's my example. That's why I do what I do. Because I know that somebody's being touched, somebody's being healed, because words, they heal.
Yeah.
And when they're coming from a pure vessel, void of any chaos and confusion, it's a wonderful day. As Bob always said, it's a wonderful day.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful day. So I'm going to continue to stay off that meat and do my herbal teas and do my exercise. You know, I do.
So that's another thing I want to ask you.
I have to be very careful what I do when I exercise, because I'll agitate. But see, with this disease comes common sense. You know, you have to know your boundaries, what you can do and what you can't, how much you can do, how much you can't.
Right.
Now I can walk, and I love to walk, but I can do jumping jacks. I do little things. I do the dumbbells, you know, trying to tone up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I do just enough that I feel comfortable with, because I realize I don't have nothing to prove to anyone. And that's another hang up that hinders healing. You don't have nothing to prove to anyone. If you can get past certain little small obstacles, you can heal really easy. But worrying about other things, what people feel about you, what they're going to say about you, all these type of things, they hinder your healing. You know, giving people control of your powers. I can't do that no more. I did it for a long time. And that's why I speak the way I speak. I don't have a chip on my shoulder. I'm not even a woman scorned, because I got so much to give to you, my dear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Today I'm healing and still shedding off things. You know?
Right.
I haven't, made it to the top yet. Every day is every day it's a new day, a new day of shedding, a new day of learning, a new day of feeling and experiencing. Because you're going to go through something. Those entities, I'm telling you, these entities are off the chain. If you don't know how to deal with them, then you're going to be lost. And I don't have time for the okie doke. My health, my peace of mind are so precious to me.
Yes.
My energy field, who I have around me, is so precious to me. I don't just talk to anybody. I don't just waste time with anybody. You have to be worthy of my energy space, and I hope you feel the same way.
Right.
So that's how I stay healed. I protect my space, and I don't discriminate when it comes to cutting people off in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's grandmommy, great uncle, you know, my daughter. I don't care who it is. If you're not healthy for me, you have to go.
Yeah.
That's simple. It's just that simple. And that's how I stay healed that way, because I protect my energy field. I protect who I allow in my space. I protect who I allow to speak over my life and say certain things to me.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what I do too. All of that for me is a part of my healing protocol. And I guarantee you, if whoever's listening, if they really take heed to what I'm saying, they'll be amazed on how good and marvelous they be on Facebook talking about love too. I love,
Yep.
I love you. I love you. I love everybody. I don't care who you are. I love you. I may not like the way you act or the things that you say or do, but I still love you, because I know in order to elevate, I have to love in spite of it all. Yeah, I used to hold grudges forever and a day. I used to get even and all that stuff. But that's the old me. That's a long time ago. I'm 59 years old. I done been there and done all that other stupid stuff. I don't have time for the nonsense. I have a very short fuse. I don't have patience for nonsense. You know,
Yeah.
if you're positive and you're trying to do something, I'm all for you. But if you always talking something negative, always got something negative to say, and you're just making me feel some type of way, I don't want you around me.
I hear you.
I got to uplift. I'm an uplifter. That's what I do. I encourage people, I motivate, and I inspire. That's a part of calling on this earth here. That's what I do. I'm a healer. That's what I do.
Yes.
So to be very careful, because I'm a healer, who I allow to be around me.
That is very true, because a lot of healers can get off track. They can get caught up with that energy, and they really have to take that time to step away, to cleanse that, and take care of themselves first.
And see, I'm an awful empathist. And and being an empathist and being diagnosed with the illnesses that I have, it's like stressful, because stress takes anything, so I have to be very, very careful, very careful. And I am too. I am. I'm very, very sensitive to what my higher self says to me. I had to learn the hard way, though, because sometimes in life we tend to doubt our higher self.
Yeah.
But when my higher self says something to me, I don't question it. That's why I always tell people, know thyself. Know yourself. You can't do what I do. The way I heal may not work for you.
Right.
Because you got to know who you are.
Right.
And you got to know not what you believe, but you got to know what you know. Because I don't believe anything. I know it. I'm healed because I know I'm healed. Not because, well, you know what? I believe I'm healed. Jesus said in his word I was. No, I know I'm healed. And I get irritated sometimes and I hurt sometimes. But as soon as I feel that trying to come on to me, I pop me some ginger, start drinking some ginger. I love to drink ginger. And I be like, I love that I'm vegan now. I'm so happy about that. I really am, because my body feels so different. It really does, sis. I mean, it's like I think even with the brain fog that I have due to the fibromyalgia, and I'm so proud of myself. There were a couple of moments I forgot what we were talking about. I remembered, so I'm doing really well.
You're doing good, because I couldn't tell. So
I was so worried there, because sometimes I really get stuck. But that fog is unreal. So overall, I'm victorious, and I'm still going to keep on holding on to the rope, no matter what comes my way, no matter what happens, no matter what happens. or what's going on or who said what, who did what. I'm going to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't afford to get left behind. Not this, sister.
Yeah.
Right now, because I'm healthy and I'm stress-free.
Yeah.
I say again, I'm stress-free. I'm stress-free, and I'm just happy, and I'm so happy that you asked me to do this. It's like it's helping me also to heal, because like I said, I'm still healing today. And when I talk about it, there were moments when I almost cried because I felt my voice crack, because I'm still healing. But there's so much I can say. See, let me tell you something. It is so many wonderful things are happening in my life right now. The young lady you met, you, the lady that hired me, the Black-owned, she's a beautiful, beautiful woman. She has offered me an administrative assistant role, you know, and things are happening for me. All the hurt and pain and the suffering was all worth it. It was all
because you see the good stuff that's happening, you know, in your life now. And I mean, you seem to be doing real great, and I'm just so happy for you.
Yeah, thank you so much, because it feels good when another sister tells you that she's happy for you and you can genuinely actually see it and feel it at the same time. I'm in a good place now. I mean, I know what I want, where I'm going, and where I'm headed. I know what I will tolerate. I know what I will not tolerate. I know my boundaries. I know my setbacks. I know this. So when you know these things about yourself, you might as well walk therein, you know?
Yeah.
And just don't let nobody get in there and mess you up.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to share your story with me and so many others who could definitely learn something, you know, and benefit. I think it's really important for a lot of people, especially those who are out seeking, you know, some sort of solution or some sort of hope that there is a, I guess, a better way that, you know, maybe they can improve in their life. Of course, everyone has their own story, own path in their life, and some things may or may not work for them. But to hear your story, I think, right.
But you know what? At the end of the day, nothing can happen. Nothing, you cannot move forward in any way, shape, or form if you do not change your mindset.
Yes.
If you don't change this, you're wasting your time. And at the end of the day, you cannot lie to yourself. And you might think you're lying to yourself, but you're really not. So if you can get that mindset straight and really decide that you love yourself better than that, because it's what it's all about. It's all about self-love. And when you get to loving yourself the way I love myself, it doesn't matter what nobody says or thinks. You know why? Because this is my world.
Yeah. We each have our own perspectives.
Dictating this is your destiny. You're in charge of it. What you say goes. It's a wonderful day. And
yes.
I love you. And I wish you well. I know that you're going to do wonderful. You're a very, very beautiful spirited sister. And I feel your energy, and you are so divine, so loyal, so real and true. And
thank you.
I respect you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So everyone, as you have heard her story, she's doing wonderfully. Please do like if you have learned something new, subscribe so that you can see more stories of individuals who are doing very well in their life. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. So until next time.